Good morning. Is there a way to set an entry wait timeout for a limit order? Now, I assume this person, what they were saying is uh, that they didn't want to stop order, but they wanted to like initiate the limit order that only gets executed after a certain time. I want to get your advice on what do you think this means?
Well, I think what I'm hearing is I set a limit order for an entry that's well below the current market price, and it never gets filled because the price never comes down to that entry point. And so I want the ability to set a timeout that cancels that order. There are a couple of options here. One is that you can code this into PineScript that cancels out orders that don't get filled. There is, of course, part of the simulator with TradingView's PineScript is you have the ability to set limit orders, and if they don't get filled, you can write logic to cancel out the order, which would then send the cancel order to TradersPost. The other option, of course, is to look at your broker settings and make sure that good tell date is an option. And I believe we should be able to support the good tell specify date function, but I'm not sure about the number of hours. So that might be a little trickier to actually specify the exact time that the order should be canceled with the broker. So the more robust solution would probably be to actually code this into your PineScript.
Yeah, I know. So I had a client once who wanted to, because the orders in TradingView get executed either at the close of the candle or the start of the next candle, but they didn't want it to happen there. The strategy required that the order gets executed at some point during the candle, and so for that, what I had to do there was basically run the strategy on a lower time frame. And basically pull candles from a higher time frame, and that way I have more candles within what would have been the normal candle in order to fire the actual signal. Um, that's just one way of going about it. If you wanted to adjust the entry point for that.
I do want to circle back to my advice earlier about sending the good tell date function. John just reminded me we do not currently have support for good tell date, so it is still good tell canceled. So I'm back to the idea that your best solution is to integrate this into PineScript to decide when to cancel your limit order.